Hi, guys. Hey, welcome to another Facebook Live with Rob and Ning. Ning. We're not in our Las Vegas office. We're not in our offices here in California. We're actually at your house.
Exactly,
right?
here in Stockton, California.
Yeah.
And so please forgive us if there's some technical difficulties or whatever. I thought I have a fiber internet.
Well,
so
we're doing the best we can, but
yeah.
you wanted to have it here in Stockton. You got some things you need to do here. So we're doing it here, and there might be some technical difficulties, but we have a really good topic today.
Right. Oh, yeah. It's the retiring comfortably. And what does that mean to you? Or, it's personal, right? Because everyone sees things differently.
Well, I'd like to say everyone wants to retire, right?
Yeah.
But it's how your retirement, the experiences you have. Is it a good retirement, or are you still struggling?
Right. Yeah. But Rob, before you get into that, I know that's a very hot topic, and
I'm ready to
fire.
I'm ready
okay.
to do it, yeah.
So, just letting you know, Paul, we read all the comments about how do you see retiring comfortably means. And thank you so much for all your comments and people who liked it, who liked the page and who shared it.
Yeah.
Thank you very, very much. And
for responding.
Yeah, for responding. And in fact, you will be part of the raffle at the end of this experience, and you will win $100.
Wow. Or you could win.
You could win $100.
There's only one winner.
Right. Yeah. There's only one winner. So
we're all winners, but only one that gets $100.
Right. Yeah. So, and then also there is a bell, Rob. I don't have the bell here in California, but there will be like a bell. We will hear a bell that when we hear that.
Yeah. It sounds like a school bell, but it's still our bell for today. In your home, we're here at your home, and so we have a different bell.
Right. So the bell means that we have, because we try to time all this. It's really hard, Rob, but we have to be cautious about our time. And so when we hear the bell, that means we need to move forward to the next thing that we need to talk about, or maybe we're talking too much. We heard that.
Well, we tend to do that. Yes.
Yeah. So let me just explain, Paul. There is a "do you know" thing that you will see pop up on your screen, and please make notes. Go get your pen and paper and make notes, because that will be a game too.
Yeah. So the "do you know," we're going to list out some facts about retirement, right? And so take notes, because if you remember those, and you're first to respond, you have a chance to win some money.
Yeah, so there will be like only 5 facts about retirement. And we will post it. When we post it here, we're going to read it and we'll probably say something about it.
Yeah.
But make notes, because later on we will throw in 3 questions about the things that you saw on the screen. And we're going to have, how many winners will that?
But you said
we're
5.
Do. Oh, 3.
Oh, 3 winners.
We have 3. We will pick 3 winners, and everyone will receive, those 3 winners will receive $50 each.
Okay, perfect. Nice.
Okay. So, all right. Is there like a, do you know? No, I don't think so. I think we are going to, what's next?
Well, I think we're going to discuss about retirement, right?
Right. So I think Rhoda has something for us. So we have someone in the Philippines, we have someone in Las Vegas, and we have someone here.
Oh, for comments. We're
us.
going to read some of the comments.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we wanted to read some of your comments. So, so
you need your glasses.
I need my glasses.
Yeah.
Oh, we wanted to shout out. I saw Mrs. Evelyn Caballero. Thank you so much, Paul, for coming.
Yeah,
I know this. Maybe this is your first time. I don't know. And then Jonathan Esguerra Jonathan. Hi.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, Joanne from Texas. Tyler from Stockton. Yeah, present. Thank you so much, Pamela Tan. And then actually I saw a message too from from Washington as well.
Yeah.
So
yeah, we have clients there as well. You know, some of the going through the comments, I've noticed kind of one theme, and that is in retirement, you want less stress.
Yeah.
You want to be able to be worry free.
Right.
You want to be able to do what you want to do when you want to do it.
Yeah.
And those are kind of like the ideal points of retirement.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Just living the good life.
Exactly. And by the way, anyone that will stay tuned through the end of the experience will be part of the raffle too.
Yeah, you got all those rules down, huh? Yeah.
So we're gonna pick 2 winners for that. So stay tuned po.
Okay.
They will win $50 each.
Yeah, perfect.
All right. So we wanted to read some of your comments. We chose 3 comments about their opinion about retiring comfortably.
Retirement, yeah.
Right. So roll it, Rhoda. So before we say that, before we do this, so people who commented but did not like and share our Facebook, please do so while we have the time, I think, so that we can put them on the raffle.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
It's never too late.
It's never too late.
Yeah.
All right, so let's read this. Oh, from Mrs. Evelyn Caballero, retired and go to all the places I want to see and enjoy. Make sure that my kids are stable and have their own family, and I will babysit their kids. I can.
Yeah, you like to babysit, that's for sure. Yeah.
I can relate to that.
Yeah. So a couple of things there. Experiences. You want to be able to go do some experiences that maybe you didn't have a chance to in the past. And obviously you want to spend time with your grandkids.
Right. Yeah.
Those are good points to retiring for sure. Yeah.
Exactly. Especially grandbabies. Now that I'm Lola or grandma, right? I mean, it has different feelings because it's like, you know, you don't know how long you will live. And so you wanted to give.
You got something to share? Yeah,
I know.
You want to be able to, spend time, spend quality time with your kids and grandkids.
Right. And I talked to a lot of people, and they are, basically the same thing. They love grandbabies, and they're willing to babysit for free.
Yeah.
Okay, there's another one, Rob. Why don't you read that?
Well, I don't have glasses.
Okay, retiring comfortably is no mortgages payment. With reverse and living in your home for the rest of your life. Make a free consultation with Robin. Oh, wow. Best advice.
That's one of our satisfied clients, it sounds like.
Mr. Gillis, hi. He's from Washington.
Yeah, very. Thank you for that endorsement as well. So, reverse mortgage is one way to take the stress of, your housing, right, off the table so that you can have more money to do the things we're talking about.
Right. And believe it or not, 50+% of our income really goes to mortgage payment.
Yeah.
Right. And so would you imagine if you retire, you don't have any more income? How can you?
Well, no. You do have income. Yes.
No, employment income is what I'm saying. Oh, okay. Right. You only have pension, right? And so it reduced tremendously.
Social Security, pensions, 401ks,
So, and then it will not be enough. More likely, it's not enough to even pay for your mortgage, right?
Well, in many cases, it's not. But there are a lot of people that their incomes don't really go down in retirement.
That's true.
Because they have good pensions, good 401ks.
True.
But typically, most people lose probably half of their, pre-retirement income when they're working, right? A lot of people go down to half or even below that.
Right.
And so those people want to retire comfortably as well, right? So there's some things that, you might need to do if you're in that position, right? And you can't sustain your expenses prior, the ones that you have before you retired, right? And we're going to discuss some of that.
Yeah, exactly. So there's another one, Pamela Tan. Enjoying a comfortable retirement is like a long-term goal because you will strive for today to reach your goal for future retirement, so you can enjoy your life with family without thinking about running out of money.
Again, enjoyment, worry-free. Those are,
Mhm.
those are key components of a very comfortable
Yeah.
retirement. Yeah.
Because come to think of it, when you're retiring, you're thinking, oh, I just wanted to enjoy my life. I've been working for so
Yeah.
long already, so now it's time to relax and
Yeah.
enjoy. But how will you be able to enjoy if you don't have money to spend, even for basic needs? Yeah, that's a tough one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
it'll
true.
be tough. Okay, so we have the DYK, which is, do you know? These are facts. Again, these are facts.
Take your
And
notes
so,
now.
yeah, make notes. We're going to show the DYK number 2. Do you know? Can you read that, Rob?
Do you know that there are more than 10,000 people turning 65 every day in the United States?
That's a fact.
Wow.
Mhm.
That's amazing.
Yeah, we're
isn't it?
talking about just the United States,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. So that's why really it's becoming an issue now about, Social Security will be running out of money.
Medicare. Yeah.
Yeah, because there's a lot of people retiring
Mhm.
by 2030 something years.
Yeah.
2033 or 2034, there will be a lot of people retiring, and the age of people that is going back to working really is like 55 plus and older. Even 75-year-old people
Yeah.
goes back to work because they can't sustain their retirement.
Well, yeah, that's part of it. But also, people shouldn't be afraid about working when they retire.
Yeah.
But do something that you
Mhm.
want to do.
Right.
Be in an area where you enjoy going to work,
Mhm.
because work can also keep your mind young, keep
Right.
you fit, keep
Mhm.
you active with, socially. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Well,
They've had enough of that.
yeah, just very quickly. In
Yeah.
fact, 75-year-old, they said that because they are healthier,
Yeah.
this generation is healthier than before, so that's a good thing.
Yeah, that is.
Okay. And so again, if you will stay tuned, and I see people saying present, I think that's how you will be part of the raffle.
Yeah.
If you say present, then you will be entered into a raffle, and you will win $50. $50 we're gonna give out, right, for people that will stay in.
Mhm.
And then also, please continue to share
Mhm.
our life experience.
Yeah.
I'm sorry I have to do this. And then, by the way, post questions. If you have any questions to us, Rob and Ning, please put it out, and we will talk about that. We hope we can answer them.
Yeah, we would love to
later.
answer your questions if you have some. Yeah, this is a good time to really, on a live experience, ask us
Mhm.
questions and
Yeah.
get immediate response.
Right, right. And so, I think it's a game time. I did not see the bell, so that means we're doing good in our time, Rob.
Yeah, yeah.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Do we still have time to discuss? Oh, I guess not.
No,
Do we?
probably not. Okay. So the game one, and I would love to see everyone joining here, because this is pretty interesting. It is about the top 3 fears of people going through retirement.
You mean, I would call it the top greatest fears,
Mhm.
right? Of going into retirement and maybe not being prepared, right?
Right.
So what are the 3 biggest fears?
Right. So, but don't type it yet, po, because when we say go, only then that you will type your answer. We have people, po, looking up whoever will put out the right answer there. We're picking 3 people.
Just know it's not a one-word answer.
Yeah.
So if you're close to
Mhm.
the answer
Yeah,
needed,
the gist of the answer
gist
is
of the
there.
answer, you'll win.
So you will win $50. So we
3
need 3
biggest fears
3
about
biggest.
retiring.
Okay,
Yeah.
but don't send it yet. So the 3 biggest fear, po, Rob, we've been in this business since 2008 when the market
Wow.
crashed, right?
Yeah.
And so with more than a decade, we've been talking to people, and this is what we hear. We chose 3 biggest fears of people when we talked about retirement.
Yeah. So this is our own internal research.
Yeah. Right.
Okay.
And therefore, so
Our research department.
our research department, which is you and me.
Okay. No.
Okay, so so the question would be, what are the three biggest fears when people think about retirement? Let me repeat that again. What are the three biggest fears
About retiring
when people think about retirement?
Yeah.
Go.
Okay. Oh, wow. We
Yeah.
got responses already.
We do.
Of course, they had time while we were discussing, right? Once you see, who do we have here?
So
Or put your glasses on.
don't bother
maybe.
them, Rob.
Oh,
They
they're
are
still
thinking. Yeah, they're trying.
Sounds
to,
like we already
yeah.
have some early responders.
Yeah, nice. Right. So
And you're going to show us the answers. You have some toy props that you didn't steal them, but you're borrowing from your
from my
granddaughter, right?
Right. Yeah.
That you're going to use to show the answers, right?
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
So I think we can time 30 seconds more.
Why don't you
Can
show
we
the
do
props?
30 seconds? 30 seconds? Yeah, 30 seconds. And then after 30 seconds, so no more
They're coming in quickly. So
right, yeah. So 30 seconds.
what we need to do is, while you're showing the props, we'll have the back office check and see who was the first to be as close to that answer as possible.
Right.
Okay.
But I mean, we need to talk about it first before they will know who answers it. Right?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. So, are we done? Is everyone okay? 30 seconds. So, we have the first one answer is this.
That looks like a home.
Yeah.
That looks like a home.
These are my grandbaby's toys. But so home affordability of housing is their number one fear.
Yeah. And we see it all the time. People heading into retirement. Rob, Ning, what can I do? Right. I can say this. Sometimes it's you need to sell that home and we call it right size, get to a single level, get to a lower cost basis, and lower the costs of your housing, right? That would be one possibility, right? The second, right, is something that you're very good at, which is
reverse mortgage.
Mortgage.
Be able to stay in your house for the rest of your life without making payments. When we retire, just like Mr. Gilles that we read earlier, right? He did reverse mortgage. Yeah. Their monthly payment, their monthly income reduced tremendously, and they were able to stay in their house for the rest of their lives. I mean, I thought I can I can call Mrs. Sereno today to talk about their scenario, because when they retire too, their income is not even $2,000, and yet they will be able to stay in their house for the rest of their lives. They were able to qualify on reverse mortgage.
Let me just say something about Mr. Gilles too. A lot of times when we do reverse mortgage, we got to go through this lengthy sort of, disinformation campaign to get people to understand it. He did all of that on his own.
Yes.
Right. He researched it, fully understood it before we went to Washington and did the reverse mortgage. And so to the credit to him, right?
Yeah.
He did his own self-education and realized this is a good product. The bank doesn't own my house. All the things that come with the misinformation.
Right. And then the next one is
the next biggest fear. Yeah.
Is what is this? Oops.
Pigs are the next. Oh, piggy bank.
Savings.
Yeah.
Savings. So, biggest fears, one of the biggest fear too is they don't have enough savings to retire.
That's true. And you know what? Probably most people will feel like they don't have enough money, right? No one ever says, hey, I got enough money. Right?
Yeah.
But what you need to do is live within your means.
Right.
And in many cases, I mean, we've had people that all they're living on is Social Security.
Yeah.
And with a reverse mortgage or right sizing their home, the amount they're getting in Social Security still provides a good sort of retirement, because it's all disposable for the most part, right? Because no more housing expense.
Right. Yeah. I mean, and so just like what you said earlier, if we need to downsize, well, they don't want to calling downsize, right size the home. That way you can put some money to your savings or your,
Yeah. When you don't have a mortgage payment, that becomes disposable income.
Right. Or you can have a mortgage payment, but really affordable and realistic for us. Definitely. The third answer is
third fear.
Third fear
is taking a bath.
No, actually.
Oh.
No, so people cannot travel. They can't travel. They cannot enjoy their lives. They cannot cruise because there's no money. If you don't have money, then how can you do that, right? And you can't relax. So those are the fears too. Not
being able to do the things that you thought you were going to be able to do when you retire, right?
Yeah, because usually, like what we say, when I retire, I just want to enjoy life. But how do we enjoy life? I mean, some people, they just want gardening. They're happy with that, or babysitting, just like Mrs. Caballero and me. But some people wanted to enjoy and explore life and do whatever they wanted to do. So those are the fears.
Yeah, those are the three biggest fears. With the experiences, I would say we have a lot of clients that are so focused, and it's admirable, focused on getting their home, the equity so big so they could do something for their kids, right? So they're working to the bone all the way, even to the point of their life here on earth is coming to an end, just so they can give something to their kids, right? And that's admirable, but there's so many ways to take care of your kids without having to do that.
Exactly. Yeah. It's just a matter of knowing and understanding what options we have, right? I mean, there is no, it's always, even though we think that, oh, I'm already old and I can't do that anymore, I can't make plans anymore. It's better late than never. I mean,
it's never too late.
Yeah, small steps can take us longer.
And we obviously would love to share the strategies, how you can do all these things. You can, right size your home, get rid of your payments,
right?
How you can use the money that you have to take care of things, how you can take care of your kids, right? And still experience all the experiences that you want.
Right, so exactly.
There's easy ways to do it. Sometimes you need to rethink, get rid of misinformation,
right?
And, and things become easier.
Yeah, exactly. So those are the three answers po. Affordability of housing, no enough savings, they don't have enough savings, and they won't be able to travel, or they won't be able to experience
the good things in life.
Good things in life. So if your answer po is close to that, then you win, and whoever is the first one.
I think I heard a bell. It was faint. Oh, it's louder now.
Okay, so we will announce while our staff is reviewing the winners. We need 3 winners. We will announce the winners at the end of this experience. So stay tuned. I think we have DYK. Do you know?
Another one.
Yep.
Wow.
Do you know that self-directed IRA allows you to invest retirement funds to real estate? That is true.
Yeah, we've been doing that for years.
Yeah.
Right.
And people thought that if they will withdraw money from their retirement from their retirement, they will pay taxes on that withdrawal.
Well, you will. You'll pay taxes on the withdrawal. What I think the idea here is you create a new retirement account where you're rolling money to a new account, new custodian.
That is self-directed.
And remember, when you're doing retirement accounts, you can have retirement accounts in many places. For example, I use some real life things. So I have people that have Schwab, then they open a new retirement account and they move from Schwab here, but they still have Schwab.
Right.
And then they'll invest in real estate or gold or silver. And those are hard assets that Schwab will not let you invest in, right?
Right. Yeah. So if it's custodian to custodian, you will not pay taxes.
Yeah.
Because it is custodian to custodian.
Yeah.
The only difference is this one, the first one will probably allows you to just invest on stocks, and the self-directed IRA will let you invest on anything that you want to invest, and that's real estate.
You totally ignored that bell, didn't you? Wow. Okay.
Okay. Well, returning on part 2.
Welcome back,
Robert.
Yes.
No, I was just saying that this is harder than TV, right? Because this is like
you know why
goes.
It's harder. You know why it's harder?
There's no cut.
Because you're directing it. That makes it harder. That's true.
Okay, so the retiring comfortably. What does that look like?
Well, we've been going over many, people have sent in their comments and stuff, I think the thing to remember is don't think that you want to get to a point where you don't want to do anything. You wake up, all you want to do is watch, the soap operas on TFC. You got to stay active. For me, being active is just as important as having enough money, right? And sometimes being active and making more money in your retirement go hand in hand, right? So it's more about what is it that makes me happy, joyful, things of that nature. And sometimes, because not everyone's going to retire with enough money where they can just go travel all the time and stuff. So you still need to make good quality choices, and good choices give you some happiness.
That's right. And again, planning for retirement, I don't think you will never be late in making plans for your retirement, because at any time you can plan it like as early as 20s. As soon as you got a job, you just do this. But let me just say too that for me, living comfortably, and what does it look like for me? I agree with the most of the people who answered this question that you want stability. You want to feel that you're stable financially. And based on my experience, doing this thing, I always say that if we don't take care of ourselves, and I'm talking about to the parents, right? If we're not taking ourselves well,
taking care of
ourselves well all the way through retirement, then we will not be able to extend help to our kids and to our families, right? And so that's why I think we have the opportunity now to think about, envision ourselves, how am I gonna be stable when I get to my retirement? And if you worked more than 10 quarters, I think you will get the Social Security, right? If you work with a company, you will get some retirement pension. And do you know that you can also get some sort of annuity from your house when you have that enough equity in the property to subsidize your Social Security? And there's a lot of people too, like what we're talking about earlier, the self-directed IRA. People who worked and have retirement funds, you can diversify that. Instead of just going through stocks, you can you can divide that into 2 and put the other half to self-directed IRA. That way you can invest that money into real estate or be a lender to someone that earns interest that will give you additional income. There's a lot of ways. I mean, we have clients who did that, right?
Oh, we have lots of clients, and we don't have enough time to go through the details and how to execute that. It's not very hard.
Right. I just wanted to say that this couple who retired from the post office put their retirement funds into self-directed IRA and just became a lender, and they're receiving they are receiving more than the income from Social Security pension to subsidize their pension. So where are they now? They are going back and forth in the Philippines because for them, that's enough for them to sustain.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And we got people just the simple act of possibly doing a reverse mortgage, right? It just frees people up, right? And so that's one thing. The other is putting money, taking retire. We got people with lots of retirement money just sitting there, right?
Oh yeah,
with no return or 1 or 2% that they could put out through a self-directed IRA and make a whole lot more, right? There's so many ways to make your retirement just that much better. We share those with people. We would love to share them with everyone that's out there. We talk about them. We don't have the time to go through details. We have some scenarios. People that are here watching today are examples of taking parts of those strategies and making their retirement better.
Yeah, because I think especially for people who are homeowners, I think we have a lot of opportunities now, especially in this market, to refigure and rethink how we would like to retire comfortably, right? I mean, use that equity that you have right now. It's either if you're living in your dream house or you think that you can retire in that house, then and you have a lot of equity there, then try to understand more about reverse mortgage. Ask questions, do some research, because these informations are all available online actually. Yeah.
A lot of our discussion has been discussing people who are on the verge of retiring, but let's go for the young people, things that they can do, because when you start early, these things become easier and easier, right? Get that self-directed IRA. Okay, our young people are sorry, young people. We'll discuss that another time.
Yeah. Okay. So there are we will show again another DYK.
Yeah.
Do you know? Oh my gosh. Here it is. Did you know that you will need 70 to 90% of your pre-retirement income to keep your lifestyle when you retire, according to the Department of Labor? I can't believe that, because 70 to 90%, what do you need to do to sustain that income when you retire?
Well, people have annuities and pensions and stuff like that. I would say
that 70 to 90%.
No, I know. Our examples with our own clients over the many years is they don't have 70. We do have some, but for the majority of people, they don't have the 70 to 90% of their pre-retirement income.
Can I just explain that really quick? So meaning, if you're earning $50,000 a year today, then you need 70 to 90% of that 50,000. You need to figure out how you can earn 70 to 90% of the 50,000 that you were earning before to be able to keep your lifestyle when you retire.
Well, that's a lot. Well, it is true though, to keep your current lifestyle.
Yeah.
That's why they still have housing things to decide. Housing is the key thing where you can really make your retirement.
Yeah, that will make a huge difference. If you will act on your housing issues, then that will make a huge difference. Definitely. Oh my gosh, time is so fast. Okay. What do we need to do next? Okay, just a reminder that we will have a raffle through the end. At the end of our experience, we'll have raffle, and those are the raffles are whoever
the sharers out there.
Yeah, whoever shares. No, the one who the ones who
stay through,
like,
Oh my gosh. I think they know.
The page, no, like the page and share it and comment it. So
Okay.
they will be in one raffle.
I see.
And then the other raffle is the one who stayed through the live experience. So stay tuned through the end because you will be part of the raffle too.
Okay.
And then we will announce the winner later for the game one, which is the top 3 fears.
Right.
Okay, I think we have oh, and the next Facebook Live, Rob.
Well,
Did we
we're gonna
mention that?
try. We're trying to have a Facebook Live every month.
Yeah.
Right? We want to stay engaged on
Once
a
a month.
live
Mhm.
experience with people every month, so you can ask questions.
The bell will ring again, Rob.
I know. I talk too much. Okay.
Okay.
So another
Yeah.
do you know?
Okay,
Did
another
you know?
do you know? Do you know that the first reverse mortgage by a bank was issued in 1961? Rob, you were born already that year.
1961. No, I'm 20 years after. 1961 is during John F. Kennedy's, presidency.
Well, it's interesting because actually 1961, so the first reverse mortgage was given to Nellie Young.
Oh, we have her name.
Yeah,
Oh.
Nellie Young of Maine.
Did we refi her recently? No.
You did probably.
Oh, very good.
Yeah, so she's from Maine, and because they have a lot of equity on the property, and actually the loan officer of that who did who give the loan to her was the coach. Oh no, the husband. I'm sorry.
I'm confused.
Let me just fix this.
Okay.
So Nellie Young's husband is a coach, football coach, and the one of the player works at the bank. And so when the coach died, this player helped Mrs. Young to get the reverse mortgage.
Okay.
And since then, our politician got interested on that idea.
Yeah.
And therefore, that's when.
Long and short, though, the fact it was 1961 means that this product has been around for so many years. So those of you out there that don't believe in reverse mortgage, they do work and they do help people since 1961.
Yeah. And if they're watching our Keeping It Real, right, we're bringing in as much as possible a lot of success stories about how
absolutely
they did reverse mortgage, and they realize how big of a help reverse mortgage is.
Good.
Okay, so now we are going to Q&A. I don't know if we have some
maybe
questions.
People have questions. If you do, please submit them and we'll answer them. And we would love.
Yeah, Rhoda, I think, have some intro. Okay, if you have questions, hopefully we have answers.
We'll have an answer for you.
Yeah.
Hopefully you like it. So go ahead, send your questions. Can you read that, sister?
Not sure. Oh, this is Wendy Bates. Hi, Wendy. So not sure what age to retire.
Well, that's a very good question, right? And so,
is that a question or a comment?
Well, it's like a statement question.
Yeah.
No, I'm not sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
So retirement can be at any age, right? There are some high-tech people that, with stock options, they're in a position where they don't have to worry about money, right? Is that retirement? I guess. So, with Social Security and the government programs, those things start at age 62. For retirement accounts, you need to be 59 and a half to start drawing down on retirement accounts and pensions and stuff like that. So those are the ages that we have kind of some set rules, right? 59 and a half for retirement accounts, so you don't have to pay a penalty. And then also 62 is the first year for Social Security, and then Medicare is at 65. So those are kind of like the formalized retirement. But you can retire at any age.
Right. But on Social Security, you mentioned that. So the the longer you wait, the more money you can have, right?
Yeah, but there's formulas on that. I mean, you do get penalized from age 62 to your, and it's different for everyone, what your official date of maximum Social Security, right?
Right. Yeah. Right. So, I mean, I wish I can retire now. Every time I see that video of Rhoda, I want to retire.
You want to retire, so are you not enjoying what you're doing?
I do.
Oh,
I
okay.
do. I just that's very appealing to me, the video.
Okay.
Retiring comfortably.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay. What is the age to qualify? Oh, I love that question, because I was about to say that, do you know that you can apply for reverse mortgage at the age of 55? It's just that if you're 55, then it's more it's stricter guidelines, and you can only do the jumbo reverse and not the regular reverse. But to answer that question, 55 years old, you can qualify for reverse mortgage for certain programs, but the regular program is 62 and older. Now, some people ask, what if my wife or the spouse is not 62 yet? It's okay. You can still qualify for as long as one of the couple is 62 and older, or 55 and older.
So at 62, all programs are open to you. At 55, you have certain programs.
That's right. Yeah. And also, just letting you know that the older we are, the less equity requirement, because reverse mortgage is all about the equity. How much equity do you have in the house? And so if you're older, then the equity requirement is reduced, versus if you are 62, then the younger you are, the more equity requirement.
Yeah, people need to know there's a formula by the Department of Housing that determines, it's not set by us or the bank or what have you. It's a formula sent out by the government or the Department of Housing on the equity requirement in order to do a successful reverse mortgage.
Right. And we've done a lot of scenarios where they don't have enough equity, and therefore what they did is they brought in some money to pay down the principal so that they can qualify. But if you have a lot of equity, then you might end up getting money when you do a reverse mortgage.
For those that bring money in, think of it this way: you're actually investing in your home, so you're lowering your loan amount. So you're not losing money. You just put more equity into your property.
You're not listening to the bill, aren't you?
We're both having trouble with the bill. Yeah.
Exactly. Okay, the other question, from the inbox. When should I take my Social Security retirement benefit?
Good question, and it's not an easy answer, because if you start at 62, you'll begin, at a lower level, right? If you delay that, then it grows at 8% per year until your full retirement. Now, with inflation, even if you took it at 62, you're still like 7-8% increase anyway, right? The question comes down to, are you continuing to work? Because when you're not at full retirement, whether that's 66 and a half or 67, you get penalized over a certain amount. I think last year it was 19,000. If you made more than 19,000, there's a penalty of like 50 cents on a dollar for everything on your Social Security above that, right? It goes up every year. I think next year it's 20 or 21,000. So if you're planning to only make that kind of money, I would suggest take your Social Security. If you're planning to make another 60, 70,000, you can still take your Social Security, but you're going to get penalized. So you got to wonder if it's worth it, right? So those are the questions you got to ask yourself when you're talking about Social Security.
And in fact, you can go to Social Security website administration to plug in your scenario there. How old are you? What's your date of birth and stuff like that? And they will give you a quote of how much you will get when you plan to retire.
And that's W-2 income, by the way.
Right.
So you can do dividends, and if you have other forms of income, right, other than W-2, you might want to take Social Security.
Yeah. Right. Okay, so I guess
That's a good question.
Yeah, that's a
Who
great
sent that?
question.
That was a great question.
Yeah. Do we have any more questions or?
Well, there's one from the inbox. How do I know when to retire? Well, that's a good question, right? So that's not easy to answer either.
When you're when we're ready, yeah. But the thing is, we don't know when we are ready, because obviously, even if you don't have, even if you're retired already, you still need housing, you still have bills to pay. You know,
I would probably say that's a budget item, right? When you're doing your budget, and we all should have budgets, not all of us do, but if you have a budget and you can see that you clearly have surplus income from all your sources of income, and and you have a choice to work or not work, probably a good time to retire, right? Do volunteer work or go travel or whatever. So if you have to work to meet all your bills, that's probably not retirement, right? And then again, work is not bad. Warren Buffett, one of the richest men in the world,
still works,
and he's 94 years old, right?
Yeah.
Work isn't bad. It's if you enjoy your work or not.
Yeah.
Okay.
You beat the bell, Rob.
Yeah, I did, barely.
Hello, Rob and Ning. What option do people below 55 have?
What option
Very
to retire
segment.
below 55?
Maybe, yeah. What options? I guess that's about retirement. What option do people have
Well,
below 55?
I would say below 55, you need to keep adding to your savings with retirement accounts. Roth IRA, which we haven't talked about, is a great way to save.
Right.
Keep adding to it. Right.
Yeah.
You should be able to experience things before retirement. You should travel. You should do things. I mean, if you're in a position below 55 and you can choose to work or not work, that's a great position to be in. Very few people have that option, but if you're one of those hardworking, fortunate people, all I would say to that is I know a lot of people that have retired young and they think it's great and they play golf for 6 months or a year, right? And sometimes they go back to work, right? Because just emotional needs and stuff like that.
Right. So for me, I think you need to start looking at what we have, right? What do we currently
Budgeting.
have to see how we can, to see what options you have. Really, it starts from what we have, whether it's your what you do, what your career is, and how much money we have on retirement, or assets, what assets we have, and then from there maybe we can talk more about what options do you have. Yeah, because it's a great questions, and I think you have a lot of options depending on what do we have currently.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Okay, thank you, Mr. Lagman, for your questions. All right. So this is the last one, right? This is the last DYK. Do you know that 1 out of 6 retirees think of working again to pay their bills? Do you know that?
Well, it's not shocking, right? But 1 out of 6, I thought the number would be higher actually, because so many people are working in retirement, right? Because listen, you can go into business for yourself, lose all your money trying to get a business going. So, and that happens a lot, right? So there's a lot of people that still need to work because things didn't work out in their plans, right? Or they got laid off, or got, health-wise, a big, hospital bill and stuff like that. So,
and I think it's also depending on what type of work, right? Because I've talked to a lot of people that they wanted to have a business.
Yeah.
So that, when they retire, they want to put a business together so that they have something to do every day. It goods for their mental health and physical too. So I think it's okay to go back to working. What we don't want to see is, people that, carrying big stuff and they can't do it anymore, but they have to, struggling to go back to job just because they need money to make meat ends, So, okay. Well, I think that's all the DYK we have. Those are the 5 facts about retirement related to retirement. So we're going to throw in some questions. Are we ready? Excuse me. Okay. So, Rob, you want to ask the questions? And whoever will answer the first one will win $50. So we're only giving 3 questions.
Okay, these are, if you took notes, these are the do you know. So be quick, get your fingers ready if you're texting or typing. So the first question is, how many people turn 65 in the U.S. every day? How many people turn 65 in the U.S. every day? If you got the answer, if you're the first one, you will win $50. I don't hear anything.
Ding, 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 ding.
I don't hear any ding, ding, ding. So maybe they weren't listening. But how many people turn? Oh, there they come.
Who won? I don't want to read who won because we have people watching over who answered the right question first.
We'll let our staff figure out who is.
Can we just
first
post it
on
here?
Yeah.
Post the name.
Why don't the staff be looking who the winners are?
Yeah.
And then we'll go to the next question.
Okay, that's right. Let's go to the next question.
Okay. You want to read it?
No, you do. You read it.
How much of your pre-retirement income will be needed to keep your lifestyle when you retire? Now, this is just
based on the statistics, Department of Labor.
Yeah. I don't necessarily mean that people need to, but the Department of Labor.
According to the Department of Labor, go ahead, read it again.
According to the Department of Labor, how much of your pre-retirement income will be needed to keep your lifestyle when you retire?
Oh my gosh.
Get typing. Get your answers going.
I see an answer, millions.
Millions is right, but not the right answer for this particular game.
Okay, so we have people watching. So we're going to give out the third question.
Okay, the third question is, what year was the first reverse mortgage issued? The year the first reverse mortgage was issued. Ning went into all kinds of detail. There's a football coach, Maine. So, but what year was that? What year was that?
I think there are some winners already.
Okay.
Woohoo!
I don't hear ding. Did they muffle our dinging?
No, I don't know.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see. So we actually have a raffle. So do we want to do the raffle first before we announce the winners for the top 3 fears in the DYK? Oh, okay. So they're announcing the winner, it looks like.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
You got your glasses, won't you?
No, we're gonna post it here. So are these the people? I think let's do the top 3 fears first. So who are the 3 winners of the top 3 fear games? No money, can't afford living, can't buy food, being alone. 𝐷𝐶𝐻. Yay!
Yay!
𝐷𝐶𝐻, congratulations. Yes, that's true. So
very good, Ferds.
Can't afford living, right?
Can't buy food, being alone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The next one is 𝐷𝐿 Jonathan James, dead. All right.
Well, that's
Congratulations.
true. That's not having enough money. That's true.
So we're okay. Tyler Bates, boredom, not enough money, not knowing where to live. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, Tyler.
That's
very
right.
Good. Very good.
Good job. Are those all the 3? The 3 winners? Yep. Okay. So those are the three winners, the top three fears when we retire.
Yeah, very
Now,
good.
what about the DYK winners? Who are the DYK winners? We're giving away $50 each. Birds Deck and I again. 10,000 people.
For over 10,000, yeah.
Over 10,000 people retired.
10,000,
Yeah, that's correct.
Yep.
Woohoo!
Good job,
Congratulations.
birds. Put those, you got 50 and 50, put that $100 in the self-directed IRA. Start getting ready for retirement.
Right.
What's that?
Amy Sam, 70 to 90%.
Correct.
Congratulations.
Pre-retirement income, very
Yep.
good.
Angie Solis, 1961. Good job.
You know, it's good to see that people are
it's
listening
fun.
to us. 'cause
Yeah.
So many times I don't think people listen to me at all. Right? So it's good that people are listening a little bit.
Okay. Sounds good. So now we're going to do the raffle. The raffle of people stayed in through the course.
Oh, I know.
Through,
That's
and
that is a
FB
chore
Live.
to stay all the way through. So we appreciate that.
Okay, so let's see the
Oh, there's a lot of.
Hey, we need two people here. We need two people, $50 each.
We're gonna read that.
Yeah, I can't read it either. Let's see. Oh, Gemma Garcia. There
Oh,
is.
very good.
Congratulations. Thank you, Paul, for staying in.
Very nice.
Yeah.
We're rolling again. Oh, wow.
Oh,
I can't read
what's
that.
that? What happened? Can we? Oh,
No. Zong.
Zhang Zokan. Thank you very much for
Staying
watching.
through. Very
Yeah, staying
nice.
through
We
the
appreciate that
experience.
greatly. Yeah.
And so now the main event is the raffle of one winner for the person who liked, shared, and commented on our.
We call that the trifecta.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Trifecta.
3 things. Yeah.
Okay. Three things that did the stuff. Thank you very much for sharing. Thank you for liking our page. Please continue to like it and continue to share the page.
And the wheel is.
Oh, what? Why is it numbers?
Well, numbers. I don't know. I do not know.
Oh, wait. It's really a number. What does that mean? The number. Oh, they assign the number.
Number 17.
So who's number 17? Who's number 17?
I don't know. I was number 8, so I don't know.
They assign numbers to people.
Number 17. If you're a lucky person, number 17.
$100.
$100 for winning that.
Yep. Are we gonna announce who the number 17 is?
I think they got to look through all those
should.
numbers to find it. Yeah, but we will. But anyway,
Right.
while they're
Yeah.
looking for who
Right.
is number
Mhm.
17,
Yeah.
I would say the key points today. We have strategies to
Mhm.
help people at any point in their life
Mhm.
start thinking about retirement, or if they're in retirement, how to make their retirement more comfortably, whether it be a reverse mortgage, whether it be how to save more money, how
Mhm.
to build income through,
Different sources.
self-directed
Yeah. Different
retirement
sources.
accounts so that you don't have taxes on that.
Mhm.
We have ways that we can look at their scenario
Mhm.
and give them some ideas, right, on how to retire more comfortably.
Right. Yeah. That's why we enjoy talking to people one-on-one.
Yeah.
Do a free consultation so that we know, just like the question before, what are my options if you're under 55 years old? Because really it starts from what we currently have, and then we can explore from there what you can do and what options do you have. And I thought we will have a guest today over the phone from Virginia, but she got sick. I'm sorry. I hope you're feeling better, Mrs. Sereno. But Mrs. Sereno is a good example of a retirees that earns less than $2,000 and was able to qualify for reverse mortgage, and so now she's living in her home with a brand new roof. Maybe we'll guest her on our Keeping It Real.
I didn't know we were planning to have a guest, but I think that's a great idea.
Yeah.
I mean, for future, we could have one of our, our people around the country.
Right.
Call in and share some of their experiences, and that's a great idea.
Yeah, so continue to follow our page and continue to like our page, so that we can interact, and hopefully you are learning something from this Facebook Live, and that's really the goal, right? To have interactions with you and be able to share what we know, especially in this very unstable market economy right here in America. And
you're scaring us.
No, I'm not scaring, but I'm just saying that I think we need to know what options we have. We need to understand what's going on, be involved, and because it's all about our lives, your life. So,
and again, never too late. Everyone should try to retire comfortably and
start somewhere.
And we've helped people with just, again, social security only.
Yes.
Right? Yeah. And they're living nicely.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And so the winner for the share and like is Cantos Roaliza.
Oh, very good.
Congratulations. Thank you for liking and sharing and commenting about retirement.
Perfect.
All right. I think, Rob, that's it for today.
That's it?
That's it.
I thought we were just getting started. No, we're done? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we look forward to doing this again next month in May. And are we going to be here at your little home studio, or we're probably Vegas or South San Francisco?
Or maybe in Virginia. I wanted to see Mrs. Sereno.
Oh, you're going to take it on the road?
Maybe.
Oh, okay. But we had fun. We enjoyed it. We love giving away money. We hope you learned something. And we're going to come out with some strategies, specific strategies on different things. Home, money, and retirement that we hope that you'll enjoy.
All right. Well, until then, thank you so much.
Thanks for watching. Bye.